Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the world of digital microscopy with this interesting little gadget, the Microscope Digital Camera Telescope USB electronic eyepiece. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but the promise of using it with both a telescope and a microscope definitely piqued my curiosity. This eyepiece boasts a 1.3 MP CMOS sensor, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly groundbreaking in today's world of megapixels. The product description mentions a 2 MP sensor elsewhere, so there's already a little confusion right out of the gate. We'll see how that plays out in practice. It connects via USB and claims compatibility with both 1.25 and 0.91-inch barrels. The resolution options range from a respectable 1280 by 960 down to a rather vintage 160 by 120. So, theoretically, you have some flexibility depending on your needs. Now, the big question is, does it deliver? The packaging is pretty basic, nothing fancy. Inside, you get the eyepiece itself, a software CD, which, let's be real, who uses those anymore? And a small instruction manual. The eyepiece feels surprisingly lightweight, almost plasticky. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't exactly scream premium quality. Let's start by testing it with a microscope. I got a standard biological microscope here, and getting the eyepiece in was straightforward enough. The software installation was a bit clunky, but we got there eventually. Once everything was up and running, the image on the screen, well, it's okay. Definitely not the crisp, high-definition experience you might expect. The colors seem a little washed out, and there's a noticeable lag between adjusting the focus on the microscope and seeing the change on the screen. It's usable, but don't expect to be blown away. Switching over to the telescope, I attached the eyepiece to my refractor. Again, the fit was fine. This time, the lag was less noticeable, which is a plus. However, the image quality remains a sticking point. It's decent enough for basic lunar observation, but for anything more demanding, like planetary viewing or deep sky objects, you'll likely be disappointed. The low resolution really becomes apparent here. The advertised 1.3 MP just doesn't capture the detail you'd want. The product description also mentions a comprehensive selection of accessories, but doesn't actually specify what those are. A bit vague if you ask me. And while they emphasize their commitment to customer satisfaction, it's hard to say how that translates into real-world support. So, the million-dollar question, would I recommend this Microscope Digital Camera Telescope USB electronic eyepiece? It's a tough one. On the one hand, it's relatively inexpensive and easy to use. It's a decent entry point for those curious about digital microscopy or astrophotography without breaking the bank. On the other hand, the image quality is definitely a limiting factor. If you're serious about either hobby, you'll quickly outgrow this eyepiece. It's more of a novelty item, a fun gadget to play around with, rather than a serious scientific tool. If you're on a tight budget and just want to dabble, it might be worth considering. But if you're looking for high-quality images, you'll definitely want to invest in something more substantial. There are better options out there, even at a slightly higher price point. Ultimately, this eyepiece is a mixed bag. It does what it says, but not exceptionally well. Just manage your expectations accordingly. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you tried this eyepiece? What are your experiences? And as always, thanks for watching.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.